Welcome to 3 Secrets to Get Ahead in Your Career, my special Christmas event. And I hope you like my Christmas hat that I've got on in this slide, because I'm starting to feel a little bit festive and getting very prepared for Christmas with the family this week as well. And I hope you are too. So first of all, you're in the right place if you have decided to attend this webinar because you're feeling invisible at work and maybe no one really understands how good you are. I'm just going to pause for a moment because there's a message in the chat. Hello, Gaynor. So nice that you're here. Do feel free to say hello in the chat box, because I'd love to know that you can hear me and you as well. So please feel free to just chat away and say hello, and I'll let people in as they arrive as well. So you're in the right place for this webinar if you're feeling invisible at work and no one understands how good you are, because you know that you are sitting on a mountain of value and a mountain of talent. Yes, perhaps you're missing out on job promotions because you just not noticed and your brand is just a little invisible, okay? And if you're not attracting recruiters or your dream employer, right? So you are definitely in the right place if you want to get the promotion you deserve, beat the competition and be the candidate of choice for the roles that you apply for, and also get headhunted for your dream job. And you know what? This is all about your branding, okay? So today, what we're going to cover are the 3 secrets to get ahead in your career. What really makes you tick. You can't get ahead if you don't understand yourself. You'll also learn how to build a strong reputation in your field and how to attract opportunities with a strong personal brand. Can I just ask, I notice there's a little bit of feedback. Can you please put your mic on mute while the presentation's going so that it doesn't disturb others, and just in case there's a dog barking or something as well, okay? So these are the 3 secrets that I'm going to be sharing with you today in this very quick half-hour webinar. And I know that most of you don't have a lot of time because you're winding up for Christmas, so let's just get on with it, okay? So stay to the end and I'll give you the link to download your free gift, which will be my SMART Goals template and the weekly tasks template as well. And my clients find this really helpful because it enables them to stay on track to reach their goals. But first, you need to know what your goals are. So the webinar is going to run for 30 minutes. Can you turn off your notifications so that you can focus? It's only 30 minutes after all, and be ready to take some notes so you can take action at the end. Okay? So, who am I? For those of you who don't know me just yet, I'm the author of Navigating Career Crossroads, and I'm very pleased because it got to #1 on Amazon and was a finalist in the Australian Career Book Awards last year. I'm the host of Your Career Podcast, which you can find on any podcasting platform, where I provide lots of advice and guidance as well. So please go and look for it and listen to it. LinkedIn very nicely have nominated me as LinkedIn Top Voice 2020 and 2021 because I produce so much content that helps others, and that's one of the criteria for being a LinkedIn Top Voice. I'm the founder of the Career Success Program. If you haven't had a look at the Career Success Program as yet, have a look at thecareersacademy.online, or just write that down so that you can check it out, because I've got a lot of additional free resources there for you as well that will help you in your career if you want to go and have a look. Okay, so enough about me. What does it take to get ahead in your career? You must develop a strong reputation by understanding what your brand is, and you have to project that brand authentically, because people can smell a snake oil salesman a mile off. And so you must be sure that whatever you are projecting is the real you. Don't try and be someone else. Also, don't ever feel comparatinitis, as I like to call it, because if you compare yourself to others, there'll always be someone who's doing better, but then there'll always be someone who is doing worse as well. Stay in your own lane, know what you do and what you do well, and who you can serve and who you can support. And then you'll be able to begin to project your authentic brand. All right. You need to let people know who you are. And over time, they'll get to like you and like the way that you work. And if you really deliver results, they will trust you. And that's when people will hire you, or they will take you on as a business partner or a service provider. Yes. So this is good, whether it's for your career to get a job or whether you are building your own business too. Your brand is very important. Okay. So secret number one, first of all, you have to understand what really makes you tick. So assess who you are and what is important to you. Have you sat down and thought about it? Because so often we get so busy in our lives and we just are busy doing things, but we don't actually stop and think, why am I doing this? Do I actually like it? So let's sit down and write down what your values are. What are your values? Are they money, status, recognition, a fast-paced environment? Or is it more to do with affiliation and friendships and collaboration? Maybe it's learning new skills. Maybe you want to gain new knowledge. Everyone has got different values, but you need to assess what's important to you. And not only assess your values, excuse me, but assess the priority of your values as well. What is your number one top priority? For me, it used to be family. And you might think, oh, how can my family not be my top priority anymore? It's because I've realized my top value, my top priority needs to be my health, because I've had a number of health scares over time when I've realized if I don't have my health, I can't be any good to my family. So my health is first, my health, then my family, and then everything else. And dedication to a cause or service is very important to me and helping my community. So that's a top value. And I live and breathe that every day. Okay. So what are yours? Also, what motivates you and demotivates you in a work environment? Think about it. What type of boss motivates you? What type of boss demotivates you? What about the physical environment? Do you want to have a view of the Harbour Bridge? Do you like to be outdoors or indoors? What about the job function? What type of work do you like to do? What is it that really motivates you? You know, in a work environment, what demotivates me is a long commute. Okay, you wouldn't think that that would be such a big deal, but it is to me, because I used to commute an hour and a half into work when I lived in London, and an hour and a half home. That's 3 hours every day commuting time. Ridiculous. 15 hours a week spent on a train or driving. It was too much for me, and that's a demotivator. Knowing that is a deal breaker made it easier for me when I was interviewing to ensure, and also applying for jobs, to ensure that I was looking for something that could either be reached very quickly, short commute, or I could do remotely. And we can work from home so easily now that this is very satisfying for me, delivering webinars. Okay, so what are your motivators and demotivators? What about your qualifications? What do you really need? So you think about it. Project yourself to the future. Where do you ultimately want to be with your career? If you know what the ultimate goal is, you can reverse engineer your career and identify where those gaps are. Do you need a certification? Do you need an additional qualification? Do you need a certain amount of experience? Do you need to be able to demonstrate that you have leadership capabilities? Where are the gaps? Okay, so the qualifications are the paper qualifications that you may want or need, but also the gaps in the skill set that you've been able to develop. Okay, your skills and knowledge. Assess what you've got at the moment. What have you learned so far in your career? And what are the skills that you've developed? What are the skills of the future? Do some research to find out, okay? And especially in STEM careers, the pace is so fast. Things are moving along so quickly that if you don't stay up to speed with your tech skills, you could be left behind. So identify, where are the gaps? What do I need to fix? Okay? And then secret number 2 is to build a strong reputation in your field. I've been building my brand for many, many years now. And before, I used to be really shy to do so. Well, I had to get over myself with that, because I realized if I wanted to scale my business, I needed to do more, and I needed to stop being so humble and shy. I know most of you think that I'm not shy, but yeah, I've got over myself now. I actually am an introvert, would you believe? I just have a few extrovert tendencies. But if you've got an award, flaunt it. Let people know what you've received. This is why I have those little awards on my LinkedIn profile, where I am a LinkedIn top voice. I have got #1 on Amazon with the book, things like that. It's not big noting myself. It's just, hey, I worked really hard at this and I got an award for it, and I'm really proud of it. That's all. So if you've got awards, make sure that you do let people know that you have been recognized as an expert in your area. Okay. I mean, look at these people. They're known as their subject matter expert in their own fields. Now, they haven't had perfect lives, have they? They've all failed at some time or another, but have they given up? No, they've carried on. Richard Branson, he's had so many great successes, but he hasn't had all successes. He's had some major failures as well, like Virgin Colors. That's an interesting one. I was in Singapore when one of my clients got a job at Virgin Colors, which was the soft drinks venture. It didn't work. You probably haven't heard of it, but that's one of the failures. But does that stop him? No, he's an amazing man who keeps going with a lot of drive. Yes, Oprah had a very hard beginning and she's now built herself up, and you know the brand that she projects, as well as Arnie and of course Bill Gates. These people are known as experts in their field, but it wasn't always easy. Yes. Now, acknowledge your accomplishments. Whatever you have done, celebrate them, please. And don't say, oh, I just did my job. Most people, when I'm working with them, they say, well, Jane, I just did my job. I don't have accomplishments. Well, I would beg to differ. You have got accomplishments because no one did what you did in the way that you did it. Right? And you wouldn't have got the same result if someone else had done it their way. So how do we identify your accomplishments? This is the methodology I want you to employ. First of all, think back on your career. The easiest thing is to think back to your most recent role, because all of those are fresh in your mind, those examples, and then you can go back in time. Once you get used to doing it, it ends up being much, much easier. So think of any problem you've encountered at work, a situation or a challenge, okay, that required action. And what were the challenges around it, the obstacles? Next, think of the action. What did you actually do? Did you take action as an individual, or did you lead your team to take action? I want to know what you did specifically, and then what was the result of your action or actions? Okay, so think of a situation you encountered and the challenges around it. What did you do, the action, and then what was the tangible result of your actions? Now, it could be a perceived result, or there's a tangible result, okay, the benefit. So it could be that you saved time, saved money, streamlined a process, mitigated risk, improved something, reduced something, grew something. It could be a perceived benefit, like everyone just felt better or happier as a result of it. Perhaps your team were more engaged as a result of something that you did. Maybe you noticed there was a really wasteful procedure and you thought, you know what, if we did it this way, it would be a lot faster, easier, and we'd save time and money. So write those down, because that means you're a doer, you get results. Yes. And so the more of these you have, the more examples you've got, you can put them into your branding materials, such as your resume, such as your cover letter, such as your LinkedIn profile, most importantly. Yes. And also, this methodology is so good for you to provide tangible examples when you are asked behavioral questions in an interview as well. The more accomplishments you have in a file on your computer or in an actual physical file, the better, because you can flip through them and think, hey, yeah, I did that. And you know what? That's a confidence booster too. And so if you have confidence and you believe in yourself, you can market yourself. But we need to have some results. So think about, what have I done in my career to date? Okay, you use the information, as it says here, in your resume, LinkedIn, and your verbal pitch. So don't be shy to talk about your accomplishments. I know a lot of us don't want to, and you feel uncomfortable doing it, but if you talk about the facts and actually what happened, it's not big noting, you're not being a tall poppy, you're just talking about the value that you bring. And I know you all bring a lot of value to your roles. Okay, secret number 3, project your authentic personal brand in order to attract those opportunities that you want, okay, whether it's a dream job or it's more business, if you're a freelancer or a consultant, whatever it may be, you need to project it. So don't be a shrinking violet, okay? Now, first impressions matter. This is important. You might want to take some notes here. Now, There are 5 aspects to your image, starting with your hidden image. Okay, now these 5 aspects of your image, they need to be congruent in order to project an authentic brand. And when people first meet you, what is it that they see? Now, they might not meet you face to face. They might meet you on LinkedIn. They might have a look on your social media profiles. So first of all, your hidden image is very important. You understand yourself. I talked about what makes you tick. You really need to know, what are your goals? What is your upbringing? What was the culture that you were brought up in? Were you the favored child? Were you the favorite child, or were you not? Were you bullied at school, or did you have an easy time? Was life challenging or not? Because all the experiences that you have had in your life places a filter over the way you view your world, yes? And you need to understand how you view your world, because what you expect is usually what you get. So if you expect good things to happen and you work hard at it, and you've got the desire and the determination, you will make good things happen. If you expect things to go wrong, well, they usually do, don't they? Okay, so what is your hidden image? Understand yourself. Next, what is your assumed image? What do people know about you or think about you before they even meet you? So you need to know what your reputation is. What do people say about you when you're not in the room? Do you know? If you don't know, you need to do some research. Talk to people, ask them. Okay. Next is your visual image. How do you show up, whether it's online or in person? That visual look that you project does make a difference. And even though, I'm just letting someone else in now, even though when you look at someone, you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, most people do judge a book by their cover. Yes, this is why authors spend so much money creating really effective book covers as well, because when you walk into a room, the air of confidence that you project, that is your visual image. So if you look like a shrinking violet, shy and unsure of yourself, people will think, oh, this person doesn't really know what they're doing. But if you walk in with a nice warm smile, confident handshake when we're allowed to shake hands, then people will assume, oh, you know what you're doing, yes? So know what your visual image is. Now, what about your experienced image? What is it like to be in your presence? Are you a positive, interesting, and interested person? Or are you a negative Nelly? Okay, because what it's like to be in your physical presence can be uplifting or it can be a downer. So understand what people think when they're with you. Do they enjoy being with you? Are they uplifted? Are they motivated by your presence as well? Because we tend to gravitate towards people who have the confidence and self-belief without arrogance. We don't like the arrogant ones. Okay, we like the ones who are just nice and supportive and listen, look you in the eye and look at you and see you for who you are. So you be that person too. Look people in the eye. Really try and understand them. It'll make them feel special. Yes. And then finally, your proven image over time. Do you keep your promises? Because I don't want you to overpromise and underdeliver. That's frustrating, isn't it? Just deliver what you promise, or in fact, overdeliver. And that way you will build a very strong reputation over time. Those are the 5 aspects of your image to remember. Hope you're taking notes. Now, online branding. Okay, so here you can see that I brand myself. So I often change my banner because there's something else that I want to alert people to. But here, I've got some awards, so I put them there. It gives me a little bit of credibility, yes? I've written a book, and it's all to do with helping people in their careers. Gives me additional credibility. Plus, it helps a lot of people, yes? I have a career success quiz that also helps people. So in your online branding, make sure people get to know who you are. And on LinkedIn in particular, just have a look at my headline, LinkedIn Top Voice Careers, Career Success Coach, Online Career Coaching Programs, etc. The word career comes up so many times. It's one of my key words. Yes. And also, while we're here, you can think about how you can really leverage LinkedIn more effectively. Number 1, celebrate your awards. Next, Add a profile video. Did you know your profile photo can turn into a video? Yes, if you don't know how, you'll need to ask me how and I can help you with that. But the profile video feature on LinkedIn is powerful. You can do a 30-second pitch. You can go to LinkedIn and have a look at mine, and then you can create one of your own. The next one is use the voice pronunciation feature. If you click on that little sound icon, you'll be able to hear my voice. Okay, so that way you'll be able to tell not only my name, but I also have a 10-second verbal pitch. Go and listen to it. Create one for yourself. You need to do it on your device, your mobile device, though. You can't do it on your desktop. So you can just record that and then add your keywords to your headline. Okay, very important with those keywords. And then you can choose to become a content creator on LinkedIn. Everybody's got this facility now on LinkedIn. And if you become a content creator and you share your thought leadership and your opinion on your area of expertise, people will start to get to know you as the professional you are, yes? And you also get the opportunity to use your own hashtags. What do I talk about? You can see here, careers, job search, career clarity. I have Jane Career Tips as my own hashtag, so you can follow that if you like, and hiring and promotion. Some of these hashtags have a lot of followers. Some of the hashtags have fewer followers. But if I add those hashtags to my content, it generates more reach, helps to build my profile and my brand. You can do that too. Anything I do, you can do and probably do better, right? Okay, so as a result of all this branding, I've been asked to go on to Sky News Business, Channel 9. That was quite funny, approached me to be a guest judge in the Corporate Challenge on Beauty and the Geek. And I've been interviewed on ABC Radio and ABC Life and a number of places. But that's what happens when you build your brand. News outlets, media start to contact you and ask for your commentary. That in turn helps to build your brand even more. If I can do it, you can do it. And, you know, it's lots of fun being asked to, you know, comment on things and turn up on telly and do stuff like this and be on other people's podcasts too. So build your brand. You can do even more than me. Yes. So today you have learned the importance of understanding who you are, what your core values are, what drives you, and what you offer to the world. You have learned also what to consider when building a stronger reputation as a leader in your field, okay, and why you have to protect your brand. That way you can attract the opportunities that you really deserve. Yes. And so please remember, this is not just theory, it's exactly what I did to build my brand, and I have a method that works to attract people who share your values so that you can become respected for who you are too, yes? Now, some of my clients have said some very nice things. Okay, Carolyn, thank you so much, Carolyn, said that she couldn't have landed her current role without me helping to harness social media for her. Isn't that lovely? Okay. So what can you do to attract the success that you deserve? First of all, would you like help with this? If the answer is yes, then you can get support to beat the competition and be the candidate of choice when you're looking for a job. You can land those promotions. You just need to know how and get headhunted for your dream job. How nice would that be? You can get the support you need in the Career Success Program. You can check it out at thecareersacademy.online. There's so much in there, and you get me live every fortnight as well for an hour as part of the program. And it doesn't cost an arm and a leg. It's my affordable option because I want to help as many people who need it. Okay. And oh yes, some more client testimonials. And yes, I love LinkedIn. It works so well. And now you showed up for this webinar. Why? Because you're fed up of being overlooked for a promotion. You've been working hard, but you're not getting what you want. And you haven't been attracting the job opportunities you want. And you feel like you're a bit exhausted because you've been going around in circles. That's why you turned up. And I hope that if you just imagine the success you'll get if recruiters reach out to you, you get the promotion because they know who you are, and you become in demand and earning what you really deserve. How good would that be? Yes. So I can help you in the Career Success Program, but also I have this free gift for you because you stayed with me for the full half hour. If you go to thecareersacademy.online /smart-goals-template, write that down. You can download these templates right away and identify your goals and set out week by week to reach them. Okay, get a little bit closer every single week. Rome wasn't built in a day. You need to take the step-by-step process. This will help, and it's free. And there's a thank you for turning up. Okay, and this is a quote that I love. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Yes, and I hope I made you feel a little bit happier today. So I want to say thank you so much and wish you a Merry Christmas.